Probably identify what are the outcomes or what are some of the goals that we would like to have vis-a-vis each of these areas going forward. Because I think what you are seeing today is that there has been a tremendous focus on professional courses, but at the same time you've got corporate India, which is probably one of the larger consumers or one of the largest consumers of the students who come out of this system, saying that pretty much 90 or 95% of the students that come out of this system are not employable on day one, and there is significant investment that needs to be made by the company, by the corporation, by the business in getting these kids trained up. So I think what we need to be able to do now is really optimize, refine, and maybe tweak some of these some of these practices that we've had. And really, I think 5 points that I wanted to just which we've sort of put out in the report, which I wanted to leave, and I've asked and we'll each of the panelists to probably comment on these, is really in terms of action plans. Is really, I think, one, over the next 5 years, and I think if you see, there is a very clear focus, I would say maybe even a preference or a prioritization of excellence / quality over capacity. So I think what we are really saying is that we've done a reasonable job of creating capacity. Capacity will get created especially where there is a need. So there is
and you can't expect me to repair people in we can repair people in 6 months, we can't prepare people in 6 months. So I think that, and this apartheid in educators' minds between sort of learning for earning has been there for a long time. Frank Terman, who set up the engineering college, and it's globally, and who set up Stanford's engineering college, which really became the seed for Silicon Valley, was set up in exactly the same year that Yale shut down their engineering college, saying we don't want a trade school. So I think that there is this conflict between sort of learning for earning and I think for corporates, I think the challenge is to meet the expectation that we should manufacture our own employees, and particularly in India, this sort of the corporate sector is not doing enough. We already substitute for the state in many ways. We generate our own power, we provide our own transport, we provide our own security, water. Manufacturing your own employees is kind of a very tall order for us. And I think that, if anybody's got that expectation, they're smoking drugs, because that's not really what's going to happen, or is fiscally possible. There are 3 holes in the bucket when you pay for somebody's education. You pay for education and they don't get hired. You pay for education, they get hired but they're not productive. You pay for education, they get hired, are productive, but they leave. So by the time the learning risk, the attrition risk, and the productivity risk is done, the financial model of companies using their P&L to manufacture their employees doesn't work. There are creative ways to engage employers in financing, apprenticeship programs, reimbursement programs,